All right, so I'm going to the top of the comp plan. Are you coming with me? A part of your transformation begins right now by understanding where you came from and why you do what you do. How many of you have ever heard of your reticular activating system, your RAS? Your RAS is like the greatest supercomputer ever created, and it lives inside your brain. So imagine you're in a crowded hallway talking with your friends, and suddenly somebody across the hallway says your name. Immediately your attention shifts. That's your RAS. Its job is to filter information according to what your brain believes is important. And here's the problem. You were born to win, but programmed to lose. So you entered this world as a blank slate. You weren't born believing you weren't smart enough. You weren't born believing you weren't good enough. You weren't born believing you couldn't become wealthy or accomplish your dreams. Somebody taught you that. So for roughly the first 7 years of your life, you had very little control over what was being downloaded into your supercomputer. Somebody else was shaping how you viewed yourself and the world. And now you're trying to pursue a big dream while carrying a program you didn't choose. So imagine somebody stabs you. You did nothing wrong. You were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's not your fault that you're wounded, but whose responsibility is it to get the treatment? Yours. Because whether it's fair or not, if you don't address the wound, you're the one who suffers the massive consequences. I've had to learn this myself. I once built a huge organization in network marketing, but I wasn't prepared to lead it. And as quickly as it grew, it disappeared. I lost my income, and during that point, I talked to my brother Jared, and after listening to my frustration, he told me that he actually prayed that I wouldn't become successful until I gave up my dream and joined him in his religion. No, thank you. But because I was vulnerable, those words hit me. And I started thinking, maybe he's right. Maybe this isn't meant for me until I changed my paradigm. A paradigm is simply the way you see the world. So think about the thermostat in your house. If it's set to 75 and the temperature falls to 72, what happens? The heat automatically kicks on to bring the room back up to 75. Your internal programming works the exact same way. If $65,000 a year is your financial normal, and you may start moving towards $100,000 a year, and something inside says, whoa, we're outside of our comfort zone, and you'll unconsciously start pulling yourself back towards what feels familiar. So if you want to change, if you want a different life, you have to change the thermostat. Raise your standard. I stopped seeing Jared as my biggest hater and started seeing him as my biggest motivator. Paradigm shift. Somebody says 9 out of 10 businesses fail. I say, cool, I'll start 10. Paradigm shift. Because in life, you only have to be right once. So let me ask you, what would you do tomorrow if you knew that you couldn't fail? So act like it. Act like you're going to win. Act as if you've already won. Raise your standard until your old ceiling becomes your new floor. And change your association. Stop surrounding yourself with people discussing people, and start surrounding yourself with people discussing dreams, goals, and ideals. Create a new normal. Create a new autopilot. Because if you work on your craft, you can make a living. But if you work on yourself, you can make a fortune. Fix that brain.